Okay, part two. So I'm out here in the front, in the driveway. Looks like this driveway is recently paved. Just to go over the specs for the lot, so 0.71 acres, so 30,928 square feet. A lot of land, and a lot of it is not usable, from what I can tell so far. Now, nothing to be overly concerned, but the garage here is backing up into the hill, so we're really relying on this retaining wall heavily. So not ideal, but you know, it has been here for quite some time. 1948. Well, this garage could have been an add-on, but you can tell it's fairly old. So the wall is doing its job, but you know, it's not ideal to have the hill dirt this you know, this close, backing into the structure itself. Not as much impacted on the main structure of the home. This is just a garage, but just something to point out. So we'll walk a lot of the lot, the backyard space is used for the pool, and then in this front yard, and it's good that this is enclosed, so it's not a traditional, all your, you know, land is in the backyard. You have all this front yard that's enclosed and private, so that's nice. I'm not going to call this low maintenance, but manageable. There are a lot of shrubs, and there's padded grass here. You could convert, you know, I don't know if we talked about your preferences on landscaping, but you know, it's taken care of. It looks nice, but some things you could do to upgrade is you could convert that grass to artificial grass and not have to worry about water and it looking green, just clearing leaves. And then you have this part too, so you have a lot of space here in the front of the home. Oh, and I was pointing out the foundation feels good, and that's because they did do underground drains, which is actually not common, as common as you would think. A lot of these homes in Orinda, Lafayette were built in the 50s, 60s, and they just dump at the base, and that's where you start to see a lot of settlement issues, is when the water's just discharging at the base versus underground drains. And you can see all around they have it. And they have a storm drain right here, which is good. So the drainage system, as I referenced earlier, is doing its job because there's no sloping in the floors. Okay, so now we're here at the back for the pool. And again, for this being 0.71 acres, it just doesn't feel as such. I think a lot of it is because a lot of the land is, like I said, unusable, as it is right now. That is behind this this gate, and in the front here, right? So you know, you could develop it, but you know, having some kind of continuity with up here on top is the challenge. But I suspect that a lot of this down there is actually part of the lot. So you know, it's actually not a steep hill, but you know, I don't know what practical, you know, because it's a long strip. So you know, I don't know, Ray, if you're into golf, I guess you could put a putting area, but there's not enough light here to do some kind of garden because all these trees have too much shade. But the land is there again, but it just doesn't feel like it in terms of the way that it's finished with all the fences, with the way that they're erected at this point. All right, so the pool, roof looks good. Again, this is without going through any of the disclosures. Roof looks like it's maybe in its first third of its life. The pool, though, definitely needs some maintenance in terms of paving. So I can see some cracks along there, and there's actually a significant one right there. So the pool definitely would need some work if you intend to use it in a lot, is to repave it. But the concrete exterior seems to be you know, actually really good condition, because usually you see some pretty significant cracking here along the concrete, which isn't there. It's just that one crack that's right here. So again, maybe in the pool inspection they have some comments on the origin of that crack, or what they've done to address it. So again, we have drains, so good drainage back here. This is the door to the master bathroom, and then we have this back area. So I'm sorry, now that I'm back on this part, so this is a nice little barbecue area. Actually has a tap, beer tap, right, if you're into beer. Fire pit, and a full-on, you know, grilling station. Sorry, I was saying I'm sorry because I was going to comment on the lot. So just as on the other side you have a lot of unused, that strip below, you have it above here too. I think the property line goes up a bit. So again, that's what I mean by a lot of the lot is actually not usable. All right, so here we are, final stretch. So we just have a lot of concrete, and again, good that there's definitely like sections of your back, the yard space. So you've got the front of the home, the pool area, and then this strip back here. So options to create, you know, hangout spaces. Okay, so now this is what I just want to, you know, kind of just comment on the garage. This actually looks like it was an addition. So the garage here, again, it's really just right at the, almost as if it's built into the hill. And I suspect a lot of this is rotted, all those posts back there. And that'll be in the pest inspection. So this retaining wall actually looks really good. So it's doing its job on this side too. This is just wood kind of paneling, and there's a concrete wall behind it. But if there were issues, you'd see it bulge and leaning, and it's actually doing really good. And I can tell it's not new, so it's not that they repaired it. So the original construction of the wall is doing its job. Drains, more drains, good to see. And that's why there's no significant cracking here in this concrete back here. So you can see all these drains are put here. Okay, so I think, and that this is they need to fix that. It's not draining properly, so you can see the result, right? Over time, this will probably start to crack. Again, roof looks good. And I think that's it. I think this leads, no, it's locked, but that's the front. All right, so just to recap it, you know, we'll see what happens today in terms of offers. Trying to choose my words carefully describing the agent, because really not doing or it's a disservice to the seller. But anyhow, I do think that they will get offers, and walking the property, you know, I think it's been well maintained. It's got the major components in place, and don't really see any significant big investments outside of cosmetic updates. Layout, it makes sense. A lot of homes in Orinda are quirky in terms of just the layout and the flow, and here it's pretty straightforward. You have a long ranch home with clear living quarters and bedrooms separated, and then you have one room that's got good separation between the main bedrooms for guests. So from a layout standpoint, you know, it's good. So I do anticipate there'll be offers, and again, I just hope that this video serves as just an example of moving forward. You know, I know we all have schedules are kind of busy, so these videos can be good to just help vet properties efficiently while we kind of wait for the right property to surface. As you can tell, even though it's slow time, you know, it does seem like properties are moving, or at least the good ones, right? So we mentioned this when we spoke. Properties that are marketed well, priced well, etc., end up doing well. In this case, maybe the agent didn't really help with that, but I think the owner did a good job with this property in terms of maintaining it and so forth. So I do anticipate that they will get offers. But again, I'm sorry to kind of go off on tangents again, but just to wrap it up, this video hopefully again is just a good example of you know, what or how I can help you know, review properties. And then, you know, when it checks out off the video, Rebecca and Ray, both of you can come take a look after it's just passed the first test. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions. Again, like I said, I'll circle back after offers are due at noon, and then we'll just keep things going. Thanks, Rebecca. Thanks, Ray. Bye.